Welcome to the OAPN Podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 37 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. Nice to see all of you here again. We're taking a quick 2-week break from shooting any of this because honestly we needed it. Just to regroup, just to share ideas, brainstorm and get back on this grind of meeting people and recording their journey. So happy to be back again. Today, as always, we have another special guest in the OAPN studio. Let's say hi to Anup J Kattukaran. Hey Anup.
Hey man.
How are you? What's going on?
Good. Weather's cold in Bangalore. That's the only thing that's going on.
So before we start with any of the questions to Anup, some of the things that we really excited about Anup is the amount of time he spends underwater. For various reasons, we'll get to know that. Second is he's been involved in this journey of movie making, advertising, video making to be simple, on a level that is honestly very beautiful to watch. We'll obviously play some of the clips right here at this point. And he's traveled across the world for different reasons, which we are going to try to explore today as to how he got to these places, what are the reasons that got him to these places, and generally what drives him to do all of this. So stay tuned. This is episode 37. And yeah, Anup, let's get started. So where did it all start, Anup? I just want to kind of touch base on... let's start with this. What got you behind the camera and what made you fall in love with capturing beautiful images and videos?
Okay, so the story is that my dad liked being in front of the camera.
Okay.
So then he had to teach someone to shoot him.
Okay.
And he taught me when I was maybe 5-6 years old how to use a camera. And by the time I was 8, I was shooting my aunt's wedding. There's a picture of me shooting my aunt's wedding when I was 8.
Oh.
He liked to be in front of the camera, basically. That was
Okay.
it. He ran a production house and he used to make TV serials for Doordarshan. So my brother and I were brought up with the whole camera unit and the light unit and the editing suite and everything at home. So that was more or less our introduction to filmmaking and the whole process. So after college, when we decided we're going to get into the same field, it was a matter of Googling and figuring out what is new technology and how the industry is as of now and stuff like that. So the transition wasn't too much for someone like me and Atul. So when someone asked me, how do I become a filmmaker, I don't really have an answer. I say go to film school. Because, my dad was my film school teacher, but yeah, so for me it's different.
So how's your dad looking at everything you're doing today?
He passed away when I was 16, okay. So I'm pretty sure that he's proud of both of us. Yeah.
And did you have these discussions with him that,
no.
how do you want to take your scene and all of
No.
this? Okay.
We didn't. We were too small for that at that point of time. But somewhere we knew that we were going to get into more or less the same field. Yeah.
It was there within.
It was there, yeah. This. That's the only thing you learned. It was drilled into you all these years. So when you left college and the whole bunch of friends got into BPOs and call centers, the only thing I knew and I could do well was this, and I just...
Behind the camera. Make the camera work and capture shots. You studied in Bangalore?
I studied in Joseph's Boys High School and then Commerce College.
Same here. So I went to Germans.
Okay.
Started as a... what do you say? The biggest competitor of Joseph's.
Right.
Then realized I became a bigger Josephite than I was. Than a Germanite. Or maybe I'm both.
Right.
That's what I'll have to call it. So during the Commerce College period, had you already decided? So what was the next step?
During Commerce College, funnily, what happened was the principal wanted someone to shoot events over there for free.
Okay.
To cost cut and not call in external photographers. They said, Anup, can you find someone who can use the camera? I said, yeah, I can use the camera. And I started shooting more or less most of the events at college. I also learned how to design, which helped me much later. Photoshop and CorelDRAW. And I designed the college magazine in first year BCom.
Wow. Okay.
Taught myself everything on Google, and Google's always been my best friend, even now. So so that's more or less where it all started off. And I figured that I know how to use the camera, and I kind of know how to make decent images with it. So more or less that's where the whole career thing started off.
So now you're in college, obviously knowing that you don't need a job as such. I mean, you're not pursuing a corporate job, at least?
I did not know what to do. So when you don't know what to do in life, you do a BCom. So I did my BCom. So yeah, and when I was leaving college, I really did not know what I wanted to do. But then someone told someone that that Anup can design, and I did a couple of event banners and posters which I got paid for, which was
during college.
Just after.
Okay.
College.
Okay.
And this was what I learned in first year degree to design. So then that helped me over there.
Okay.
And while all my other friends were in call centers, BPOs, I did feel jealous that I wasn't getting a cab and going to an office and stuff like that. But then it was fun doing what I did. And then slowly photography happened. Shot a friend's wedding, and then for close to 10 years I shot weddings.
Wow.
Slowly moving away from it, but still I love shooting weddings.
Is your brother the same age as you? Or?
No, he's 5 years younger than me.
He's 5 years younger to you. So, so your brother's also looking at you pursue this scene now. By the time you're out of college, your brother's also looking at you.
Oh yes.
Pursuing this.
He
as
more
a
or less
scene.
would come and work with me on projects when he was still in college and I was out of it.
Okay.
And he always had an inclination. He always wanted to do this for sure, and that was he wanted to do filmmaking. At the same time, when he was in college, and then he had joined me, we were doing a bunch of things like designing websites, to event posters, to random design work, and film was also a part of it. And that day, and I still remember one day we sat down, spoke about what we want to do in life, and then he said he wants to make film, and I said, you know what, that's exactly what I also want to do, because that was where passion was. And then we said, you know what, one fine day we stopped all the design work, and we said the company's only going to do one thing, and we're going to do it well. And that's how we started the whole film section of the company, and stuck onto that.
This film section started at what point? You said 10 years you did weddings.
Oh, I still, even though I was doing a lot of art film, I kept doing the wedding.
Okay, so it was a simultaneous,
yes, it was.
Parallel kind of thing you were running. What was the first company you registered though? What was the first time you said this is going on paper as Anup?
Okay, so First December Films is the production house which we started here in Bangalore, and slowly moved to Bombay, and now it's based out of Bombay, and the office is there in Bombay. Atul works out of Bombay, the whole team stays out of Bombay, and they work out of there.
How did that happen, that transition between Bangalore and Mumbai though?
Oh, that's a nice funny story. We were doing a lot of small films for different companies, different agencies, and one of the scripts we got was from Nike.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be an online film, and we did the film. It's called Nike Make Every Art Count. It went on to winning 9 Cannes, a total of 56 international awards over 5 functions. Yeah, it was Asia's most awarded film, even as of now, ad film as of now. It's a big one. And because of that, everyone started calling us from Bombay and saying, will you do our jobs for us, for them? And we had to move base. We couldn't stay in Bangalore. So we packed off Atul, sent him away to Bombay, started a small little office there. And things took off from there.
Which year was this?
This was 2013, 14 is when we got the awards. And by end of 14, 15 we were there. Yeah.
I mean, did it feel like you had hit the jackpot then?
Funny thing is that when you're an ad filmmaker and the ultimate goal is to get in Cannes, and when your first ad film
It has hit the...
and then we all wonder, what do we do next?
What do we do next?
Yeah. So that is a little thing that we all always spoke about. We speak about it even now. Yeah.
So then now that you're in that zone where people are calling you back to back, I mean, what's the challenge there? I mean, is there any challenge or really?
Now it's about making scripts that we like.
Okay.
We don't take on all the jobs. Atul is very finicky about what kind of films he wants to do, or what genre, or what product he wants to work with. One of the things that we always told ourselves is that we'll only work with products we've used or we know. So most of the films that we do is stuff that we've used, we've experienced. It's not some random thing that we don't care about.
Okay, so it's not really only about
we get to be choosy now.
Yeah, you've earned that.
We earned that. Yeah,
you've earned that. So, I mean, what's nice to see here is, so it's not about just making a product look good. You want to make products that you believe and look good.
For sure.
And
for sure.
I think that's what is the difference between.
I mean, I've done jobs for other directors, and I know that when if the product is not something which is close to the heart, the film doesn't work out as well. I mean, that's how it at least works for me.
Yeah, because there are enough people who don't really care about the product. At the end of the day, their job is to get it to look good, take the check and get home.
Money will always come in. That's one thing I believe. Money is going to come.
That's a good point to kind of bring in here, right? Like, I really want to know your view on money. And
I'm
like
the worst when it comes to money.
Yeah. No, not like investing. I'm not asking you for like
keeping my money.
Keeping your money. Or what do you spend most of your money on?
Everything.
What tops it?
I don't know actually. Like,
Camera gear?
no man.
Not camera gear?
I'm the last
Is
one
it
to buy
travel?
camera gear. Travel also, I get sponsored quite a bit. So
He's like, travel?
No.
I have not paid for my ticket.
It's just family expenses and stuff like that. I mean,
Okay.
for Adam, as of late, his toys, which I like buying. I buy myself toys also. But
Adam is your son?
Adam is my son.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
Yes,
How
he's
old
seven.
is he?
He's seven. He's 7 years
okay.
old. Yeah. So that's. I mean, I don't even know where the money goes. It just goes there. So I have a wifey who takes care of me, Adam, and my finances. So yeah.
That's how it's sorted. But was it a motivation at some point in your life, or was it never really a driving factor that I'm heading for money?
Never.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's one thing which I really don't. I know it's gonna be there. It's gonna come. As long as you do good work, people are gonna call you. People are gonna pay you.
Have people tried to undercut your pay?
Always.
Yeah, and how do you take things like that?
Matter. They're gonna know quality after they finish that job and gonna come back. It's always happened.
Meaning, no, I'm just saying, like, if someone's really like negotiating hard with
I never
you.
negotiated till late.
Yeah?
No.
They have to agree.
I have a little trick.
Okay. Can we hear it? What is this?
When they
trick?
call and they want to negotiate, so the wedding part of it was,
Okay.
Anup, give me a discount. I said, the problem is that my wife handles my finances and I don't mind giving a discount. Why don't you give her a call and she'll give you, maybe ask her for a discount. Till date, no one's ever done it. The only time there's one guy who was her classmate did it and called Claren and said, Claren, ask Anup to give me a discount. Claren's like, yeah, he'll shoot it for free. But then next month, don't ask your boss for a salary.
Oh!
And then she said, you know what, I'll just pay the money. The one thing I don't do is negotiate on price. I don't care if I don't get the job, but no, I don't. That's one thing I don't do.
I mean, the reason I'm asking you that is, right, like, there are a lot of artists, or say, a lot of people behind the camera today, maybe just starting off in the early years, and maybe working for a price they don't deserve.
That's
what would
something
you?
which-
What
all
would
of
you
us,
tell them?
Yeah, all of us had that. Initially, I had that problem. I still have it now.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I know that I've quoted much. I mean, my fee is much less than what
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to be. And initially, yes, I would do a job for free and send them a bill anyway for zero,
Mm-hmm.
or you pay me my fee.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those two things I always did. Discount wise was, I mean, maybe one or two jobs for a friend or something like that. And
Got it.
I don't work with friends. If I work with them, I send them a bill for zero anyway.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet.
Let them know
Yeah.
it costs
Got
that
it.
much.
Let's touch base on One Ocean, One Love.
Yep.
What was the thought process behind that, and where did the love for water start for Anup? I want to hear about that.
Okay, long story. When I was, I think, 6 or 7, we were playing cricket and the ball went into the neighbor's compound. I jumped the compound wall, jumped on the other side, and it was a tank. The tank gave way and I fell into the tank. On that day, my dad was around and he pulled me out of the tank. And the next weekend, we were at swimming pool and he taught me how to swim. My love for water started there.
After falling into a
For the
tank
water and fall.
for a ball, I was hoping for some really motivational
No, nothing
story to
motivational.
come here, and he's like, I fell into a tank. Wow.
Next thing is that all of us have, when you tell your parents you're going to Goa, your dad and mom is like, oh shit, don't go to Goa, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what happens. It's the alcohol and it's the water, and
Yeah.
people are going to drown. We Indians as a country are really bad swimmers. So what happened when once I started, I knew how to swim, got my diving certification done, and once I started diving, I didn't have any friends who were divers. So whoever I asked, they would say, no one who can't come because they don't know how to swim. So I started One Ocean, One Love as a company which would introduce Indians to the water and make them fall in love. Because I went diving and I was in love, and I would, over any drink, I would say, you know what, macha, I saw this, I saw that, and nobody really cared. So now what One Ocean, One Love does is take people who are scared of water. Like my wife is scared to stand under the shower head, and I would take people like that and introduce them to the water, teach them how to be comfy in the water, and teach them how to dive. Take them for a dive at least.
Okay.
And I started that around 4 or 5 years back, and those people I took, introduced to the ocean, have now become advanced divers, have become rescue divers, are planning to do, one of them is planning to do their instructor course also,
Wow.
which is nice. I mean, yeah.
Beautiful.
And yeah, it takes time, and I just love it when someone gets over that fear. And we do a week's trip where you are introduced baby steps into the water from day number 1, and by day number 6 you're comfy and want to come back. And there's no one who's ever not dived with me. That's one little feather in my cap. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there are a lot of times when people go for a holiday and then the instructor or the dive master would say, "No, you can't dive. You can leave now." Blah, blah, blah. Which that's the one thing I can't. Everybody can dive, and everybody must dive.
And you really believe that?
Oh yeah, easy.
What is it that you love about being underwater?
Oh, it's 45 minutes apiece. Wife start talking. No one's talking. It's just quiet. It's meditation, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, zero gravity meditation. No, it's difficult to explain. You have to experience it.
How many people have you taught if we
I've not
have
taught.
to?
I've not
Okay.
I've taken people diving. I'm a dive master, which means that I can take someone diving.
Okay, got
right?
it.
I'm-
you assisting it.
I can assist an instructor.
Okay.
And I can take you diving. If you come along with
Okay.
me, I can take you diving.
Wow.
Yeah, for a
Okay.
dive.
So how many people have you taken?
Oh, I don't know. I
to
haven't
dive?
counted.
Approx number, maybe.
Like, no, I really don't know.
You have no idea.
I know that I've done around 900 dives, but it's been
900.
Yeah, 900 dives I've done.
And you said
which
it's-
is a baby number when it comes to diving in the diving.
What are
community.
you saying?
Yeah.
That's like 3 years of underwater.
It's more than that. much more than that. I've been diving from 2010. Yeah, but then diving in Bangalore is not
Is not
possible. So you need to go for a holiday. You need to go to the beach, find a place to go diving. Yeah.
What are people usually telling you after getting over that fear?
Oh, there's one sweet story of this girl, Moana, who's
Okay.
um,
Her name is Moana.
Mohana. It was
Mohana.
Mohana. Yeah.
Okay.
So we call her Mohana.
Sounds very fancy, that's why.
Sounds very ocean friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mohana had come very scared of the water. It took her an hour and a half to put her head in the water. So we just sat in the sun in the afternoon with our gear on. We spoke about life and I kept trying for her to put her head in the water. And finally she did. Finally finished the dive, came out of the water, and we were at the shore. I unclipped Mohana's gear, holding holding mine, and she fell at my feet and said, "Thank you so much."
Wow.
Oh,
That's...
yeah.
Uh,
That's it. I mean, that's like the ultimate. Yeah,
that's really
those moments
the
are
ultimate.
yeah.
It makes you believe in what you're doing.
Oh, for sure.
That whole name of One Ocean, One Love
Oh, for sure.
makes sense when you go through things like this. Coming to travel, right? There was this one story where you put up saying work for the next 10 days, and there's this boat on which you are.
Huh.
Looking at that just made me think like this is one of the best jobs that can exist.
I mean, it's a nice job, as in, okay.
And then it's like day 1, day 2, and everything's just around the boat. You're not going anywhere else.
Right.
I want to know, I obviously know, but maybe dive into a little of what's the work that goes on the boat when you're there for 10 days. What are you doing? Is it hectic? Is it, what is it? How does the schedule work? What did you do those 10 days?
It depends on who you are, as in what's your certification level.
Mm-hmm.
If you're someone like a dive master, like me, would be to... my day on the island, for instance, is I get up at around 4 in the morning, I go fishing, have my coffee, go fishing, and then I come back and I set up everyone's gear on the boat. Friends and guests would arrive by around 9 o'clock onto the boat, and then make sure everybody is kitted up well, everybody is there on the boat. The boat briefing is given according to maybe the currents or maybe the weather pattern, whatever it is. You make sure everybody is safe in the water, safe out of the water. You make sure that everybody is buddied up according to their level of diving. You come back, they finish the dive. Take them for the dive, of course. You bring them back on the boat, and then you make sure that they have unkitted and setting up their new gear. Another thing is to make sure that since I get a lot of people who are traveling abroad for the first time, and women who are traveling alone, so making sure their safety also is important. You don't want any wrong incidents to happen on a dive trip. Once they kit up and then the second dive is done, back on the boat, take them back to the island. They go for lunch while you go and clean up all the gear, and you fill up the next set of tanks for the next dive, which is in a couple of hours. In between that, you're doing lunch. And by around, once that evening dive is done, you're more or less free, but then you're sitting and filling tanks for the next day also. I love doing it because in India, I get pampered a lot on set.
Okay.
And you're taken care of, but there I like to work a little bit, and that's more or less the only workout I get. So then moving tanks, filling tanks, lifting tanks I just love it. Yeah. And in the evening, of course, people want to again review how they did in the day, and so you're sitting more or less one-on-ones, or you're sitting in the group and explaining what happened and how they can improve themselves and stuff like that. Yeah. It is...
There is work.
There is. It's work. Of course it's work. It's not easy.
No,
it's not easy.
Easiest of the things. Like while you were saying, you mentioned safety, now, which becomes like a number one priority, right?
100%.
Irrespective of how much fun who's having. I wanted to hear an instance which became slightly dangerous, or something that
zero.
You didn't see coming, yeah?
No.
Wow.
Oh, this is one time when we'll finish the dive and we got pulled onto the reef. But those kind of things happened. We got shredded and the cameras were like maybe a little bit bashed up, but nothing to do with anything fatal. It was just
so it's stupid. All pre-planned.
Oh, everything has to be pre-planned.
There is nothing.
You plan the dive and you dive the plan.
You plan the dive and you dive the plan. Wow. Because even the type of people who are coming there, they are just believing in you.
Yeah.
They are like completely trusting you with their life.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing which, when it comes to safety, is that there are a lot of dive shops in Goa which are not certified. And we call them teabag diving because they have this whole poster saying scuba diving, blah, blah, blah. And you go there, you jump into it, and it's damn cheap. It's some $500. And they just take you with no safety precautions, not ask you if you have any medical conditions, and they dip you in the water, take you out, and take your money, which is $500. And people think cheaper, let's go try it, and which is actually very dangerous. Not only for them, even for the boys who are doing it who are not certified, but they know how to take someone diving because they've seen someone doing it or they worked in a dive shop before, and they would take someone diving, and they're doing so many dives up and down, which is not really good for the human body. But yeah, so safety-wise, it's a little messed up in the country. Yeah,
there's not enough.
There is regulations, but still, I mean, India's India. You can.
India's India.
Yeah.
Whatever works for the best price.
Yeah. Sadly, what to do.
Slightly moving on to your production side of life, where I want to know, it's called 1st December.
Yeah.
1st December Films? 1st December
Films.
1st December Films, right? Why 1st December?
1st December, number one was to get a catchy name.
Okay.
And while I was opening the laptop to have this conversation, because this Windows used to take a lot of time to start, 1st December was the day the first ever commercial movie was shown to the world in the year 1903, produced by Thomas Alva Edison. It was called The Great Train Robbery. It was shown in a theatre, and everyone got scared and ran out of the theatre.
They got scared and ran out of the theatre?
Yeah, because
Why?
there was this guy who came on screen and shot it into the screen, and then they all thought there was a ghost behind the screen, and then they had to explain, saying that no, it's a projection, blah, blah, blah. That whole thing.
Wow, I never knew this.
That's
Crazy.
when they sold tickets for the first time. I think so. So yeah, the story started in 1903. That's when production started. The commercial film started.
What all, if you had to describe what all does 1st December Films do?
Oh, we just make ad films.
You make ad films.
That's it.
What do you think is your, say, top 3? See, one is, I saw this advertisement you did along with MS Dhoni,
Right.
which is obviously like
Boost.
Really, yeah, which was
but
for
that
Boost.
is done for another production house.
Okay,
With another
but
director.
along with, it was a collaboration?
No, that is
Okay.
just me working, freelancing for.
Somewhere else. Okay, so I want to know, like, with 1st December Films, what were those 1 or 2 projects that you've really loved?
Nike, of course.
Doing?
Nike,
yeah.
Nike took, I think, 45 days to finish. It had about, we had shot around 150,000 images, and that whole film is just images, stop motion in 13 different cities in the country, with around 1,400 kids were called, and there were, I think, 8 or 11 of us shooting that whole thing. And for the editor, it's going to be a pain in the ass because it's
always a pain in the ass for the editor.
You're not getting a video clip, you're getting one single frame, which is an image. And so you're placing them to make the film. And that film is, I'll never do it ever again in my life.
How many images did you say it was?
We shot 1.5 lakh. Finally, we had to cut down to 1,440 images. I think, something like that. Numbers, I forget. But yeah.
Wow, that's really unbelievable. And nobody knows. I don't think people get that story when they watch it. I think when you watch it,
they want to figure out how it was done. It was a tough one, very tough one.
So that's one. Yeah. Something else that has remained as
a bunch of them.
Wow factor.
I liked one where I almost messed up.
Okay.
Muscle Blaze is one of those.
What happened there?
Oh, it was just calculation how much light we needed. It was all messed up on the first hour of day one, and then we had to call in for more. Because it was shot on a camera called the Phantom, and we were shooting it around 1,000 FPS indoor, and I had gelled the lights, which means I needed double the number, and I made a mistake, the gaffer made a mistake, and we were scratching our heads for 4 or 5 hours till we called in for double the amount of lights and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's, that
was something we learned on. Yeah, this is nice to learn.
That was under 1st December Films? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Then the pressure will be more...
Or less. Because you're a producer. Yeah, okay, slow down the shoot. We're calling it more lights. So yeah, that was nice.
That's and these things continue even till date. Like say for example, now taking ad commercials.
Yeah.
Are people asking for more all the time, or is there a specific, like there are these bunch of things, there are these templates that work anyway that you guys work with, or is every project challenging?
Oh, every project is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the workflow that which we work is always evolving.
Okay.
But the product wise, it's always different. Every client, I mean, you can't do the same thing again and again.
There's no real template then. You can never have a template. How many people do you have working with you right now? Like
So the core team, Ganesh is the producer. He handles the whole company. We have Atul as the director. We have called in 2-3 other directors as of last year. We have 1, 2, 3 first ADs who work with the director, and we have a post-production person, Imran, who's also producer there. And we have at least at any point of time 10 to 12 interns who come.
wow.
And just,
So
AD,
just-
yeah.
So
help
it's a
plan.
20-member team?
I mean, yeah, 20-member team, but not all of them come to office. Most of them just work from home, work around the country and stuff like that.
And who manages this team as such?
Ganesh manages the whole
Okay.
thing. Yeah, I only go in for the shoots and get out.
The exciting bit of it, maybe.
No, the exciting part of any film is the pre-production. A lot of people call me and say, Anup, I want to come on set and learn on set how to make an ad film. But the whole film is made before we get into shoot. And if your pre-production is so good, on the day of the shoot, it's really boring. And it's one of the most boring days,
Yeah.
other than for the director and the DP. Yeah, because I have a job.
Yeah.
Director has a job, but he knows what is going to fall in place.
Everyone else knows what's going to happen.
Everybody is just playing PUBG or Call of Duty. That's
Because everything's set.
everything is set.
good to
Man.
go.
The whole team has done their job, and now it's just me and him finishing it.
From the looks of it, when a person has a lot of facets in life, let it be, say for example, in your life professionally, you have different areas. One of the biggest things people complain about is the lack of time. Do you feel the same?
I used to feel that, and then I slowed down, and now I take up things which I like and I want to do. Like I would take off for a month and go to the Maldives because I want to. And then I know that within a month that it'll get to me over there. In 4 weeks, I know is my limit. So I would head back, and then I would take up ad film or a feature project or whatever it is, and then I would go back again.
So in terms of there's no stress as such, or
No,
does
man,
it
the
get
last
you?
person on earth. takes
Yeah.
stress.
Even if you have like 4-5 things going on.
No, I wouldn't. I don't.
Yeah?
Yeah. Something about me is that I'm very calm in the head. And very peace.
How does that work? I'm sure there's meditation has been a large part of your life.
Not at all.
Not at all. I mean, in terms of diving, you called.
I mean, that's the only meditation.
Yeah. I mean, being by yourself, like, how do you get to
No,
be?
even if it's a stressful situation for me, is to walk away. Even during a shoot, if something important happening, I would walk away, have a coffee, think about it, and come back.
You're not the guy screaming and
No,
shouting.
absolutely not. No, I hate that. And on set, nobody screams on my sets.
Yeah.
I tell everyone, please.
And has that been something you've developed over time, or you're just generally?
Oh,
that
generally
way?
that. Even me and Atul are both calmest people. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
easy.
really rare, man. I mean, because as people get more and more work in life, I've just generally seen that the amount of stress levels just go beyond the roof. They're not sleeping enough. Do you sleep enough?
I like waking up early,
Okay.
but I have a son, so then I sleep late. But if I'm not working, I get my afternoon naps. So I'm sleeping enough.
You're managing that as well.
Yeah.
You spoke a lot about your son and your wife. I want to quickly know where you met your wife and
Drunk
where
party
did-
at home.
how did that
Oh,
start?
there was some friend who didn't have a place to throw a party, so his birthday party, so he had it at my place.
Okay.
And that's the day I opened the first office in Bangalore, and I came back, and
Whoa.
then my brother was like, the party happening, went and changed, came out, and then bumped into her. She said that I got her drunk, but no, I didn't get her drunk. But yeah.
So it happened at the house party.
Yeah, we spoke, we met, and then after a week we went out, and then things just fell in place. And then
How long after that day did you get married to her?
6 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And got married in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's been 10 plus.
10 plus.
Yeah.
And you said she's into weddings.
She's a wedding planner, designer, and she also has a cute little business which is making wax seals.
Wax seals?
Yeah.
What's a wax seal?
So basically, back in the day when you used to write an envelope, used to seal the envelope with that little red little seal. So she makes that now, which is bringing back the antique
and
style of.
You get to customize it and.
Oh yeah, she customizes according to whatever you want, your logo or whatever it is. Or something that's dear to your heart. Like I have one made of the manta, and
nice.
I have one that, and then so it's going on. It's cute, niche.
How do your schedules work with her? I mean,
okay. So
I'm sure because she's working as well, right? And she's managing the home as well.
It's a nice little advice for everyone is to sit with your wife and talk to her.
Okay.
And explain what you do. Initially, when we got married and she realized that I'm not at home at all, like I used to travel close to 200 days in the year. There used to be times I used to bounce Bangalore just to pick up another bag. Says, come, get a flight, run home, pick up another bag and leave. And then she packs my bag even now.
Wow.
I never pack my bag. My mom used to pack my bag before that. So then we had a little conversation about not spending time at home, and I said this is what I like doing, and this is the only time I can do it because I'm young now, and later on it's not going to happen. That conversation was good. So now when I need to travel, I travel. And when she has work, I do not travel, so I stay at home taking care of Adam, or I go help her out with what she's doing as one of the spot boys at her events. I quietly stand in the corner and take some few pictures for her at the event. More than happy to do it. Yeah.
So she gets it now.
She gets it even I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like I'm guessing she's more in Bangalore.
She's in Bangalore
in terms of her work and
Yep.
whatever that is. Because even that I feel like you're extremely lucky because not every partner will end up understanding the need to, travel or pursue work. Was there any convincing required or?
I mean, when she got into it, she knew that this is what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But when she got into it, and after we got married is when a lot more weddings happened, a lot more films happened. So my travel was much, much, much more, which she didn't really like me being out of the house. And that time, Adam wasn't there. So then she was home alone the whole time. So more than half the year being at home alone, which is not nice. So that's when we had this conversation and stuff like that, which was necessary, yeah.
Where does this plan or schedule go till for Anup? Like, do you continue to?
As long as I can
get
out of bed and go and hold a camera, I'm more than happy to do it for the rest of my life.
You'll continue to do it for the rest of your life.
For sure.
Is there something you haven't started pursuing, or say there's a latest interest you have developed that you want to pursue?
A whole bunch of them, man. But one of them, which during the pandemic was to move from ad films to long format features.
Okay.
And funnily, I got a call from a Kannada movie, and they wanted me to shoot it. So I took it up, which is not yet done.
Okay.
I'm also helping shoot another Telugu movie with a friend of mine. And so these two are the two long formats I'm working on as of now. I like it now. Because it's more marathon compared to a 100-meter race of an ad film.
You get time.
Not about getting time. I mean, it's longer plans. It's not like Instagram where it's that like for that 24 hours that you're looking for. It's more you're pacing yourself through a project, which I actually like now. Compared to an ad film where you know that next 2 days is going to be like madness, and then
crazy.
It's done.
Gone.
Yeah.
This is so. Is the shift happening, or is it again parallel? Is the shift happening from ads? Do you think
love is always with the ads.
With the ads?
Let go of the ex-girlfriend quietly before you start with the new one. no
Smooth
bad
transition.
feelings. No bad feelings. Always be good to the exes. Yeah.
You're letting your brother take care of the ex.
Oh, he's taking care of the ex. Yeah, correct.
But because long format is going to require a lot more time from you. So
Yeah.
I mean, what if you get like a really solid deal from a mainstream, movie going ahead?
I that's what's happening now. So then,
Yeah.
the work is good on this side, but I still like doing those ads. Yeah.
For someone listening to all of this, right, it can be very intimidating. For someone who wishes to have some of these things in their life. And maybe it's not coming as easy. I don't know. I'm not saying it came easy to you, but maybe it's not going the way they want it to be. I've always been very interested in people like you talking about what is required for a person to stay on a path that they really want to be in. And if I can just dig your mind on that, that'll be really
the thing
nice.
is, about...
how do you stay on the path that you want? How do you get things...
Now, if you look at anyone who's inspired you, it looks like it just happened over the past few months. But like what I tell someone when they say, Anup, how do you shoot that picture? Or someone tries to recreate a picture. The thing is that picture took me 40 years of all those experiences in my life for me to make that picture in that moment of time. And you'll never be able to do it because it's me, my experience, and my life, right? Same with work. If you want to do well, you need to let all those experience fall in place before you really reach that level or that goal. And even for me, Anup I've not reached there yet. 40 years is not enough. And in another 40 for me to do well or be someone who I want to be. And I know after this 40 years, it's going to be another 40 years. I need another 40 years because it's a never-ending thing, man. But for today, if you think I'm doing well, but still it took me 40 years to get there.
It takes time.
It takes a lot of time, and you need to give yourself that time.
I think
it's cool to get that few thousand likes on Instagram.
That's what I was getting to, right? Because we are in a day where Instagram is everything. Somehow, we have let an application decide or validate who we are. Thankfully, I mean, personally, I'm also in the learning process of not letting that be the only validation I need.
Yeah.
There are other things. It can be one of the factors. But I think really the problem today is your work needs to go out on an application, and whatever validation you get on that determines how good you are. How do you look at that? Because the problem is you got good with a lot of years of experience, and now Instagram for you, I don't even think you drive your business through your Instagram.
So Instagram for me still drives one part of like OneOceanOneLove is Instagram.
Okay.
Photography for me is Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Film wise, absolutely not. So that way, if I would give advice on Instagram, is to use Instagram as a marketing tool and not somewhere you put selfies.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty face. It's what you can do with it. So use it as a marketing tool, and then everything is good. Like even on my Instagram, you'll rarely say, oh, wow, filter, blah, blah, blah. It's about trying to always sell something on Instagram. Yeah. Selling a style or selling whatever it is. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, which is great. But at the same time, if you've put out some work and maybe you've just got like, say, 1,000 people like it and not 5,000 people like it, that can't determine who Anup is, right?
Absolutely not. No, you know what? That's another thing. Okay, I'm shooting that picture for myself. I'm not shooting it for you. And I'm telling you, this is who I am. So if you have any work that's coming up which needs me to shoot it in this style, call me.
Yeah.
I don't need to impress you. There's someone over there who likes it, and someone will call me and pay me for that kind of a style. Yeah, I mean, one of the things there. Another thing is that it takes time to get a style and pick that genre and then stick to it. I, like an idiot, used to do too many things. And there's a nice little saying in Malayalam, which is Mukila Rajatil Murimukan Raja, which means that in a land where no one has a nose, the guy with the little flesh on the face becomes king.
Oh.
which basically means you pick your genre, which is niche, when you stick to a style which is different from everybody else, and people will notice you.
That's that's one of the solutions you can look at. Pick your niche.
You have to pick your niche.
Because man, like a space that you're in, right? And I look at your profile, and it's beautiful, and I can say that there's maybe 10% of your work up there.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, this.
Yeah, it's like, and people today feel like all their work needs to be on Instagram, and that gets to decide who they are. And also the problem is, you spoke about time, right? For you, it's taken all these years. Now the need is, okay, I need to do this in the next 2 years. It's not possible. It's not possible to get to where you are in 2 years or 3 years. But the problem is, that's what the conversation is.
Yeah.
You got to make it in the next 24 months. You got to make it in the next 36 months. And it's never going to happen.
I mean, like, if you look at my work and you go to the bottom of the page, which I think was, I don't know when I started Instagram, 10 years back maybe.
Okay.
And you can see how I've progressed as a person. And I used to do a lot of, even my wedding work initially was a lot of mad stuff. I'm not that person anymore. And I still get calls saying, Anup, will you shoot this mad piece? I said, no, I'm not that person anymore. I've grown up as a human also.
Yeah.
So that's who I want to portray myself as. This is mature Anup, blah, blah, blah. With a little madness, but still there is some maturity.
There is a change.
Yeah, there is a change. And with age, I think that happens also. Yeah.
Do you want to do more of Instagram, or you're happy with?
Because
I feel like I want to see more of you, and maybe the behind the scenes of your life. If there is a person who can capture that and put it, it'll be nice to see. No?
Not very interesting.
Not for you?
No, man.
Not for you.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I mean, maybe you enjoy the real world more than really capturing your life as such.
Yeah.
Because for someone like you, I feel like, say, the whole trend of vlogging today, people vlog every single day of their life. If you were a vlogger, that's like...
Yeah, maybe.
That's something else.
Yeah, then I would change the way I walk around, not with boxers the whole day and with a banyan or something like that.
Nice,
and not
man.
be lazy. Yeah.
You'll have to do it every day then.
Yeah, man. Too much work.
Too much work. Nice, Anup. I think, I've always wanted to dig brains of stories like this. And it's really inspiring, honestly, because the feel you get is, people usually treat work as a burden, work as an add-on, and, it's like, oh shit, I got to work. Oh shit, I got to do this. And then you listen to stories like this and you realize work's just part of it, and there's so much more to explore. And stories like yours really put a stamp on the fact that you can actually just enjoy every day of your life.
Yeah.
Would you say you're in that place where you just enjoy every day of your life?
Oh, very much, man. Always did.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I think
I did one job which I did like.
Yeah.
some month. I went for a month.
That's such a boss
after
thing
PUC.
to say. What
and
was
then to go to Pina and sell yellow pages. I hated it.
When was this?
Oh, this is post 10th standard PUC, I think. A long back. And I got paid 3,000 rupees. Wow. A lot of money in that.
That's the only job you did. You didn't like.
I hated it.
Wow,
So-
man. Wow.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's crazy. So, to everyone who's watched this, I think here's another example of, just pursuing and being on the marathon of doing what you love. And it'll eventually get you to places you want to be in. Maybe one final message for anyone who's watched this episode until here.
One thing of the message.
But one piece of advice.
Oh, just
One piece of gyan from Anup.
Gyan.
Yeah.
Shit.
Anything. If you had to leave someone with a thought.
Go diving for sure.
Go diving.
Come diving. No, come with me. Come diving.
Come diving. So there you go. Thanks, man. Thanks for doing this.
Sure.
This was. I'm glad we did this. I mean, it took us time to get a date from you, considering your schedule, but so happy
More
that
than
you
happy
came
to do
here.
this.
And hopefully, at a time when you feel feasible to come and speak again, please let
More
us
than
know.
happy to.
We really, like I told you, I want to be in a place where I'm able to document your journey as well, as much as possible for the years to come, like you said. So if you enjoyed this episode, let us know. Thank you for watching till here. See you on the next one.